From Red Wilson Field here in South Yarmouth. We're back on the road. Welcome into Pregame Tomahawk Talk. I'm Adam Gotkin alongside Nathan Schwartz and Cam Manna. Ahead of the Bourne Braves taking on the Y-D Red Sox. And Nathan, first starting off with you. For the Bravos on the mound today, it's Nolan Sparks, a guy we've already seen pitch this season and a guy who pitched really well.
He was electric in that first matchup he had against Brewster on Sunday. He went 2 innings, striking out 4, and that was it. No hits, no runs, no walks. He was extremely efficient in that appearance, and he's going to get his first chance to start here with the Bravos, transferring from Rochester to Boston College, but also a guy that could hear his name called in a couple of weeks in the MLB draft.
Yeah, would not shock me at all. I remember watching him last year in the NECBL with the Vermont Mountaineers. He was probably the best pitcher in the New England League, which is probably the second best summer collegiate league in the country. So he's a guy who's got really, really good stuff. Now to this Bourne offense, Cam. We've seen some struggles recently, especially last night, just 3 hits.
Yeah, and, we've mentioned time and time again the leadoff base runners has not been a thing for the Bravos. 3 hits is a huge problem. We saw them finally hit better with runners in scoring position last night with the Kozeal and the Bodine RBI double. But you look at the leadoff base runners, if you try to start a rally with 1 or 2 outs, not going to happen most of the time for a struggling offense. Only 1 leadoff base runner last night, so a lot has to change for the Bravos. 59 stranded runners through their first 7 games. So the offense has hit a stalemate, and we'll see if the top of the order can change that.
It's weird because the hits are still right near the top of the Cape League, but you said it there, the walks, especially to start off innings. This team has walked the least amount of times out of any team in the Cape League to start off innings, which has really hurt this offense. But with 2 outs, they seem to figure it out.
Yeah, this year, 8 2-out hits to drive in a run. And when you talk about this team's offensive struggles, you can't say that it applies to when this team has 2 outs. Something about this team, they are better when there is 2 outs. They get more runners on base, and they're able to drive those runners in. But on the flip side of that, working off of that, you want to see that start to be replicated with 1 out and nobody out.
Absolutely. Well, first pitch coming up in just a little bit here from Red Wilson Field. Pregame Tomahawk Talk rolls on. So we continue on now here on Pregame Tomahawk Talk. Adam Gotkin now joined by Camden Kozeal out of Vanderbilt. And I want to start things off talking about the fact that you have a Vanderbilt teammate here with you in Braden Holcomb. What does that do, and how much does that help you just get acclimated?
Yeah, so we're roommates here, and we have our own host family. So it's nice to have a buddy that you know from school already here on the team with you to kind of get you comfortable, and especially in a new environment. And then I also have teammate Miller Green, left-handed pitcher, so it's been a fun time with those guys, and they've just been really easy to be around, especially up here.
I think a lot of people don't fully understand how difficult it can be sometimes to come to a brand new team for summer ball after you guys just played an entire season in the SEC. What's that transition like?
Well, the first couple of days, these guys were your foe on the field, so it's hard to kind of acclimate and win ball games together, but you eventually get used to each other and you start to learn people's personalities and just get to know them. And we've bonded over these past couple games, and it's been good to meet a lot of new players and a lot of new friends.
You're a guy with a pretty lively personality. When it comes to meeting new teammates, how do you try and just be yourself and make sure that chemistry can get to where it needs to be early on?
Yeah, well, you say yourself, just be yourself. People are usually understanding, and the first couple days I didn't know if I want to do some of my crazy drills because I was kind of embarrassed, to be honest. But once people see that you work hard, you see that they work hard, usually baseball players are pretty understanding, and you get to know each other pretty well, and that's what makes great teams.
What's your adjustment been like so far just coming to the Cape League? There's so much just aura around this league. Everyone talks about it. What's your experience been like so far?
Yeah, well, the players are extremely good. The pitching's extremely good. Not as much power stuff I was expecting, but a lot of good pitchers with a lot of good off speed and different spins and stuff, and a lot of good lefties that I've faced so far, and they're all kind of funky. So simple is going to win every day. You just got to get back to the fastball and being in attack mode. So as a hitter, you just got to get back to square one, and attacking fastballs and success will follow.
What is it like transitioning from the metal to the wood bat? You hear everyone talking about it. Does anything change in your approach?
Not really, because our whole fall at Vanderbilt we use wood.
Really?
So it's not like we haven't done it before. So me and Holcomb, we've been experienced with wood. So it's going from wood to metal back to wood, and wood bats are great teachers. You have to hit the sweet spot. So it's fun hitting with wood, and there's nothing better than a nice crack of a wood bat.
You're a guy who plays in the infield. These fields are, pretty different from your regular SEC college fields. What's that adjustment like?
Well, the way I like to look at it is when you're 6 years old and you're playing in an alley with your friends and there's an anthill on the ground, you don't care. You're just playing baseball. So that's kind of the approach you have to take when playing up at these fields. It's you don't care. You're just out here playing baseball and having fun. If there's a bad hop, it is what it is. 12-second bounce back, get back to center. So just go out there, have fun, and the field, it is what it is. It doesn't matter.
All right, well, thank you very much, Camden. First pitch coming up soon. We continue on now here on Pregame Tomahawk Talk. Adam Gotkin now joined by Sean Brennan, beat reporter for the Bourne Braves. Sean, you've dove into this Y-D offense a little bit, and it has struggled at times, but also this team still has a lot of wins.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of up and down in the first 3 games. They only played 6 runs, and then the next 2, 19 runs. And then the 2 following that, they put up 7. So still, respectable. And we talked a little bit about this before. They had some lucky breaks. Their game at Katuitt a couple days ago ended after 8, and that ended in a win for Y-D. But listen, a win's a win, and while this offense has been inconsistent, they've still been able to get wins.
Yeah, they've been able to get a lot of wins, as you said. That game against Katuitt, Y-D won because of darkness. There's no lights here, so that's always a possibility. That's always something strategy-wise that has to be thought about when you're playing at one of these fields without lights. Now, getting into this game a little bit more, the starting pitcher today for Y-D is out of Kennesaw State.
Yeah, Braden Oswalt, he pitched against Chatham first couple games into the season, and he was electric. 6 innings, 8 Ks, and he was solid this year in about 70 innings with Kennesaw State, sub-5 ERA, so I'm excited to watch him today. He's going against Nolan Sparks, who was here last year, was now the all-time strikeout leader at Rochester in program history, so another exciting pitching matchup today.
Yeah, and assuming that, we don't see a complete game because we never see those in summer ball, we'll see this Y-D bullpen, and it's a bullpen that's really had a lot of success this season.
Well, yeah, and a big part of that is their closer, Trevor Moore out of Stanford. He's pitched in 4 1/3 innings, has 9 Ks, only allowed 2 base runners. He leads the league in saves. He had 3 save opportunities. He got saves in all of those. So if this is a close game, if you're Bourne, you really don't want to be behind going into the late stretch because he hasn't pitched in 3 days. It's likely that we'll see him if there is a save opportunity tonight.
Yeah, very likely. We don't always see pitchers throw too often in this league, so for a guy to already have 3 saves says a lot, especially if he hasn't pitched in 3 days. Well, first pitch coming up in just a bit here from Red Wilson Field. It's coming up at 5 p.m.